Everybody, welcome back to the show, episode 440 of the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board certified doctor of naturopathy. Can't wait to get into today's show, which is the only 3 systems that you need to scale. So what I wanted to do on today's show is greatly simplify things. You've probably been listening to a lot of online gurus, business mentors, reading social media posts, maybe listen to other podcasts, whatever it might be. What I want to do is really skinny things down for you here today and just say, if I can give you 3 things to focus on as a coach looking to scale your practice at any level, this is what it's all about. Because you can continue to accumulate more knowledge, but if it's not in these 3 areas in terms of growing your business, it's noise right now. And so what I want to do is try to share with you the true signal through the noise that you want to be paying attention to. And then, of course, you want to fit it to your own personality and your own needs, but it has to be one of these 3. And ideally, all 3 as you're moving through the first process. Okay, or you're moving through the process of essentially growth and scale. So the first one is this. We've talked about this before, but again, these are the only 3 systems that you need. And what I would say is this is the system that is greatly overlooked as practitioners. And I was there myself. Because you have the knowledge, you probably have gone through Integrative Health Practitioner level 1 and level 2, maybe even level 3, or maybe you did Mastery or High Performance Health. You have the knowledge. Clients should want to work with you because you know how to help them. There's no doubt about that. I felt the same way too when I was a personal trainer. I'm like, listen, I put in the work. Every single year I'm going to seminars, I'm reading books, I'm learning more for my clients. And they're not necessarily paying me for those, for the education, whatever it might be, but I want to be able to have this knowledge to then share it with them. Like that's what we want as practitioners. But I didn't realize, you need to have this first step. The first step is this. It's a client acquisition system. Now, again, you want to do this ethically, of course. You want to do this morally, and you want to do it for the good of the people you're serving. But you have to have a way in order to have clients find out that you exist. So important. I shared this too. When I opened my first health, fitness, body transformation center in Boston, 2006, 2007. Before that, I had been doing consulting with other gyms and health clubs and sports clubs and spas and all that, and training my own clients. Okay, so all that's good. It's on a smaller scale. Now I'm hiring other people. I need to be able to reach more people. I was on a 4th floor walk-up. That was my studio. Nobody knew that we existed. I thought that if you build it, they will come. It is not how the world works. You will get referrals for a smaller practice, no doubt about that. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's no doubt about it. But you need to get the first clients in, right? So in order to be able to grow and scale a practice, you have to let people know that you exist. Now, the nice thing is it's easier than ever. It really is. It's literally easier than ever. Back in the day, I took out ads in the local newspaper, legitimately the local newspaper. I did all sorts of creative things with local companies and putting business cards and rack cards inside their cafes and stores and nail salons. And again, those things work to this day, and they work better actually now because less people are doing them because more people are just doing online ads. But you need to find a way for people to know that here is what you do, here is how you do it, and here is who you serve. Right? Well, that's what we talk about. So knowing your niche is very important, but there has to be some type of acquisition. Business, referral groups, networking, emailing your list, reaching out to one extension of a family or friends, coworkers, letting them know what you do. You offer a complimentary consultation. Here are the people that you're able to help. Here's how you do it. You don't need to go through the pricing because they don't need to know the pricing until they know they're even interested. And then really some social proof or testimonials, which you'll first initially get simply from offering your services to work with people for free in exchange for some type of success story or testimonial, of course, if you do your job. And then you're going to post on social media. You really have to post on social media. And you don't if you've got a really great network outside of social media and being online. But even then, you still need a good website because people are going to say, well, what's their website, right? Let me check them out. So you still need that part. You need a calling card. You have to have a way for people to find you. How people find you is really based on how you want them to find you. You can do lunch and learns. You could do Local networking, like I said, with others, it can all be referral based if that's what you try to do. And that's fine, without a doubt. But you still have to get the snowball rolling, right? Like you need to get it moving in the right direction. And that is with letting people know that you exist. Tried and true way is what we do with Practice Built, social media posts. Click the link in the bio, offer a complimentary consultation on your website. They're going to learn a little bit about you. They're going to schedule right online. They set up that complimentary consultation, and that is when you get your opportunity to wow them, right? That's what it's all about. Okay, so you need some system like that. If you don't use that system, that's okay. But either way, let's say it's a local networking group. Okay, no problem. Local networking group, they're going to go to your website and they're going to schedule their complimentary consultation. Or if you're literally doing it right there in person, you're doing a lunch and learn, people can sign up with you right there, but you've got a line of maybe 5 or 6 people. You can do that, definitely chat with them, answer questions, but you put a link to schedule right on your website, or just your name / and then free consult or whatever you want, discovery call. They'll go there, they'll reserve a 20-minute or 30-minute time. And that's their time to tell you about what ails them, right? Their problem. And then you can share your solution as to how the methodology that you use in order to help clients get results. And then they can say, yes, great, I want to do that for 3 months, 6 months, or ongoing. Okay, so we need that first system. The second is the delivery system. This is where I know that you excel, but it has to be like clockwork every time. And the reason is that ultimately we want an amazing referral from every client you work with. So the delivery system should be standard. Too many people have too many different packages. Really, you need to say, okay, how do we execute on this? So someone signs up for the complimentary consultation, great, they book it, they get an email that shares with them the Zoom link or whatever the link might be, and then they're going to get a follow-up the day before and then maybe an hour and a half before the call. Okay, here's the link. You meet with them on that, you speak with them, and then you have the opportunity to send them a link to sign up right on that call, or you could even take their credit card if that's how you prefer to work. I'm not saying how you should prefer to work, but that is obviously one way. Now, the delivery then is a follow-up, and we'll talk about that in a moment, of how you work with that. But your initial consultation is like know and trust. They're getting to know you. Your first consultation is a deeper dive, typically into a health history. And you're not going to leave them just saying, okay, let me take your intake. You're going to do lab recommendations if you're able to do labs. And then you're going to set them up with usually 1 to 2 things maximum before they next meet with you. So after they run their labs, they're going to complete, let's say, 21-day functional medicine detox, and then they'll be meeting with you at the end of that 21-day detox anyways, and then they'll move directly into their phase 1 plan after they get their lab results. So 20-minute free consultation. Then a week later or so, do their full consult with recommendations, then walking them through the detox and doing follow-up emails. And then a month after your first consult with them, you're going to do their independent, you're going to read their labs, you're going to give them their personalized plan. Amazing. Then you're going to follow up through email. And then a month later, you're going to do another follow-up call, making adjustments to their plan along with their weekly email updates. Like that is a systematized plan. That works. Now, you might have a different way of delivering it, and that's okay. But your plan should be executed the same way every time. If you're trying to reinvent it every time, you might think, well, I'm customizing it per client. Yeah, you customize it per client, but not the system, right? Everything within the system can be customized. The lab that you recommend, the fasting days or not fasting days on the 21-day functional medicine detox, their personalized plan they get on their lab results call, no doubt about it. But not the system. The system is we meet them here. That's for complimentary consult, discovery call. Then it's a full consult with lab recommendations and 21-day detox. Amazing. Then it's their full consult based on lab results, personalized plan, then a follow-up, and then you're going to have your monthly follow-ups after that. And so you need that delivery system to be the same every time. And here's why. Because when clients then refer, they expect their referral to get the same thing they got. Because what they got wowed them. They loved it. They were excited about it, and they found someone who gets them, right? That's what people are looking for. So you want to do that every single time. That's your delivery system. Your website becomes less relevant after a client has already been with you for a month or two. They don't need to go to your website because they're emailing you for all of their needs. And you want that because you want to be their guide. So that website is just not as important. Even social media isn't as important at that point. Social media, a lot of the times, is reinforcement like, oh, there's my expert. That's my guide. That's my person, right? But social media is really for people who don't know you, that are looking to say, is this person the right fit for me? Yes or no. That's honestly what it's for. Same with the front end of your website. Who needs to really go to your website after that unless you're doing a lot of podcasts, a lot of articles that they're interested in, or they come for your resources page. Now, the resources page, of course, that's a page that people love to go to for all of the favorite things that you recommend. But besides that, they're not going to sign up for a complimentary consultation. They'll go to your private page to schedule their next appointment, their next follow-up, but that's about it. So remember, the front-end system is what matters the most, because once you're able to get the client, you will wow them with results and your personality as to someone who truly cares. All right, so that's system number 2. The third system is this. It is follow-up and retention. This is key, because if you wait 1 month between calls with an individual to chat with them, you're going to lose touch. There's not going to be the same follow-up that is needed. People need to know that you care, that they can count on you, and they're developing and building that relationship with you. This is so important. So a lot of these can be automated to a degree, and we do all of that in Practice Built. Like, we have the automated referral emails, we've got the automated forms for them to fill out. All that needs to be done. And literally you can automate it because it's the same way every time. But your accountability emails, those need to be the ones checking in on them to say, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I haven't heard from you for 2 weeks. I want to make sure that you don't have any questions and that I'm here to help. You can automate the detox ones that they're going through for a 21-day detox. But when a client connects with you, the follow-up is so important. You don't want to wait 2 or 3 days to follow up if a client's done a discovery call and they didn't sign up. You want to follow up with them later that day. Hey, Dan, it was great to meet with you. Really enjoyed hearing about your story, where you've come from, and also the challenges you've had with psoriasis and skin conditions and migraines and seasonal allergies. And I know that so much of this really may be connected to your digestive system and gut. And I would love to get started sending you out our Big 3 Gut Bundle or whatever it is that you recommend. What I'd like to do, though, is learn a little bit more about you, see if these are the exact recommendations, whatever it might be. And that's on the full call, right? So that is how we want to do that follow-up. There could be a template, but it still should be templated based on then the unique attributes of that individual. So it's the re-engagement. Now, another part is this. Let's say you've been working with 12 clients and you've got a 6-month package. Amazing, right? So like, even if you just do the math and say, oh, I'm earning $300 a month times 12 people, great. That's what, $3,600 or so a month, I think, if my math is correct. And that doesn't include all the great commissions and other things that you can earn. And you say, okay, well, after 6 months, they might go to month, or some people might decide to fall off. Remember, they haven't fallen off. They're just saying, okay, I think I've got it from here. But you and your job is to give that follow-up once a month still, even if they're not necessarily a direct client working with you paying. And you're just going to say, again, hey, Dan, just wanted to check in. Hope everything's been going great. I know that you were feeling so much better in terms of the bloating and digestive issues, and wanted to see if you wanted to do any follow-up lab testing to look at food sensitivities now that it's been 6 months or whatever it might be. So you can always follow up to see if they're interested in talking again about another appointment, other things to work on, whatever it might be. It's a great time to be able to offer additional services because those people already had a great experience with you. They already like, know, and trust you. And remember, the worst thing they can say is, oh, I'm actually, okay, I'm leaving this month for work travel, but yes, let's connect next month, okay? You make a little note in your online calendar, wherever you want. Just say, okay, September 28th, that's a Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to re-follow up with Dan. He was traveling the month before. I'm just going to send him a quick email. Whatever system that you want to use, very simple to be able to do this. And this makes it completely what looks like customized per client, but for you, it is a system. So let's just recap that. This is where coaches really turn pro. They understand that they don't need every single lead magnet and ebook and everything that a lot of people talk about. Many of these are important, but not part of the critical few. The critical few is going to be for you to decide how you are going to acquire new clients. That's part one. You know where those clients are going. They have to go to either from your social media to the link in your bio, but at some point, they have to end up on your website, right? So you need a website. And here's why. They have to be able to schedule with you online. There's no more going back and forth through email. Oh, well, okay, I was available Wednesday at 1:30, but I'm no longer available. Could this time work for you? No, this time doesn't work. And you can't have that anymore, right? So it's an online scheduler. That's what everybody wants. People order their groceries now by Instacart, all of these things. People just want it simple, straightforward when they want it. So they have to go do some type of scheduler. That's just the way that it is, right? So let's make it easy for them. The second part is the delivery. You need a system every time, ideally that's automated for the most part, but that delivers on your promise. The discovery call was, I hear you, I understand you, here is the plan that's going to get you there, and then once they sign up, you need to deliver on that map, on that process. And then the third is follow-up. Once a client signs up, this is where a lot of coaches just let them go. You want to develop the relationship where you are their guide, you are their trusted expert, and you're the person that keeps them accountable, because that is what we all need. If you follow those three systems, that is exactly how you scale a business at any level, literally any level. You might only be working with those 12 total clients, or you might be working with 1,200 clients, but it's the same exact way, just at larger scale. You need to acquire more clients on the front end when you have a big business doing 1,200 clients, right? For those 1,200 clients, you can have at least probably 25 coaches, right? Okay, so now those 25 coaches need new clients. Most of them are going to stay, but maybe 10% or so leave. Okay, so now we've got a bigger acquisition engine, but they still all come through a website for a discovery call or something, and then the system becomes even tighter as to how they're going to deliver that service. And then on the back end is the follow-up, right? So this is exactly how every coaching business, and really it could be personal training, it could be massage, it could be estheticians, it could be anything, you name it, right? All of our IHPs and health coaches as well. This is how you put all of this together. So if you don't have these three particular systems dialed in, no problem. But that is what you want to work on this week. That's what you want to jot down. What am I going to do for system 1, system 2, and system 3 in order to make sure that as I'm bringing clients in, I'm executing on the plan. Hopefully this was helpful. If you want all of this done for you, head on over to practicebuilt.io. We will help you through the process. It's still your business. You still have to work the business, but we set all of these different systems in place for you. Again, you can check it out at practicebuilt.io. Hopefully this was helpful. Have an amazing day, everybody. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments. We are here for you. Also, feel free to suggest any other different topics for the show. All right, take care.